Welcome to Namaste Radio. It is my honor to welcome a legend, a hero, definitely our cricket legend, Mr. Sunil Gavaskar, to Namaste Radio. Thank you so much, sir, for taking our time and speaking with us today.
It's my pleasure. I am really looking forward to my trip to Houston, to Texas, actually, over the next few days. God willing, I should be there sometime early next week. And I really am looking forward to visiting this state. I've been there once, I think, not so much. I'm not too sure about Houston, but I think I've been to Dallas for a brief visit. This time, I think I've got a little more time in the state, so hopefully I'll be able to get to see a little bit more of the state. Yeah.
Wonderful. And we here in Houston cannot wait to see you. And yes, we are talking about an evening with Mr. Sunil Gavaskar. Wow, what a dream come true for all of us here. Everyone's so excited. Whoever I speak with, all the organizers here, they've been working very hard to welcome you here in Houston. And we are talking about an evening with Mr. Sunil Gavaskar at India House, Houston on Sunday, June 26th. And it is an event in collaboration with India House Houston and Heart to Heart Foundation. Mr. Sunil Gavaskar is the chair, board of governors of Heart to Heart Foundation. My first question to you, and since you're so passionate about this foundation, please tell us a little about this foundation, sir.
So the Heart to Heart Foundation has been set up a few years ago. What the Heart to Heart Foundation does is it is creating awareness about the problem of congenital heart defects amongst the children in India. So around 300,000 children are born with congenital heart defects in India itself, and maybe around 90 to 100,000 will not even live to see their next birthday. It is as serious as that. So the Satya Sai organization has set up 3 hospitals called the Sri Satya Sai Sanjeevani hospitals. There is one in New Raipur in Chhattisgarh. There is one in Palwal, Haryana. It's about an hour, maybe 75 minutes drive from Delhi. And the other one, which was set up 3 years ago, is in Kharghar, New Mumbai, which again is about an hour's drive from Mumbai city. Now, these hospitals are looking after the procedures of children born with congenital heart defects. Mm-hmm. And the Heart to Heart Foundation is assisting them in creating awareness all around the world about the seriousness of this issue, as well as raising funds for these hospitals, because then the hospitals perform totally free of cost surgeries on the children. So these children come generally from the financially challenged section of our society, come sometimes mostly from the interiors of India, from the villages where there are not that many medical facilities available, and so often children go undetected with the problems that they have. So by the time they come to the hospital, sometimes it can be a bit late. And other hospitals, there are other hospitals, no question about it, but they charge you a fee. Not the Satya Sai Sanjeevani hospitals. The Sanjeevani hospitals do everything free, right from the time that the child is admitted along with the parents. There's an annex where the parents can stay while the child is undergoing the procedure, the examination and the procedure. And so the Heart to Heart Foundation is basically there to try and assist, to collaborate with the Sai Sanjeevani hospitals in trying to ensure as many children's lives are saved. And that is the purpose of my visit, to create awareness in America. I was there 3 years ago as well, but I didn't come to Houston then. I went to some other parts of America. This was, of course, before COVID struck us, and then there was no possibility of travel. So I'm looking forward to meeting, the people in Houston, making them aware of the seriousness of this problem, and hoping that they can join us in the mission to save as many children's lives as possible.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing all that detail, and more power to you for this mission, more power to everybody working behind such a great cause. And definitely, Houstonians are known for their, philanthropic spirit too. So definitely all of us can join you together in helping those children more and more in the future. Now the event is planned in such a way that it is an event of going to be a lot of, I guess, cricket anecdotes, a lot of stories, and if how we look at it is like, when we talk to a legend like you, we can, I think, listen to you for hours and hours. There's so much of stories that you can share with us, and everybody here is very excited. I won't ask you for a lot of stories, but there's this one story, and I know you kind of imitated him in the past, which I laughed a lot. So if you could do that for me again. It was about the test match that you played on number 4. And the one match, I think you were on number 4, and Vivian Richards passed a comment when you were leaving. Could you share something about that?
It's amazing that, while we are talking, just a little while ago, somebody sent me a picture of Viv and me sitting together. This is, of course, doing commentary, and with the very, very same things that you're wanting me to talk about. So, okay, here goes. What had happened was that I was batting at number 4 in this particular test match. And the earlier test matches, I had opened the batting. Mm-hmm. First 5 test matches, I had opened the batting. This was the 6th test match. And Malcolm Marshall got Anshuman Gaikwad out to the first ball, to the 4th ball of the first over. And the next ball, he got Dilip Vengsarkar out to the 5th ball of the first over when India was batting. So I came in at number 4 to stave off a hat trick, because Malcolm had taken 2 wickets of 2 consecutive deliveries. And I managed. I played that down safely. And it was it was over. Mm-hmm. And so Viv Richards, who was at second slip, as he ran past me from one end to the other end, to stand in the slips at the other end. As he ran past me, he said, "Oh, no matter what number you bat, man, the score is still 0." So it was quite nice. I mean, Viv and I, I've been friends for a long time. In fact, with the West Indians, it's easy to get along. They're lovely, lovely people, the West Indians. During the time that we played, they were the undisputed champions in all formats of the game. They played the game hard on the field, but they never said a word to you. There was none of this sledging or whatever that we saw. We've seen in cricket later on. It was there during my time as well, but not as much. There was not so much sledging. There was a bit of banter, but the West Indians only gave you a stare. The fast bowlers, if you did, the stare, and that stare itself was spine chilling. So they didn't have to say anything. Yes, I think that's why they are loved all over the world, because of the fact that they love cricket. They enjoy their cricket. They convey that enjoyment to the spectators. They have nothing rude to say to the opponents. So that's why the West Indians are loved all over the world.
That's so true. That is so amazing hearing it, from you live. And thank you for sharing that. And about West Indians, that is so true. Even people here, when, anybody from West Indies, we've always find them very fun-loving and, living a happy life every time. So that's amazing. Now, a little about a time which kind of slowed everybody down. Which was COVID. You travel so much. You're there at events. You're there at all the games also were stopped for a while. How did you manage that during lockdown to keep you going at that time?
What the lockdown did actually was give you a lot of time to introspect, because you didn't go out anywhere. You were actually pretty much confined to your home. You didn't know what this pandemic was. You didn't know, you were so scared in the sense that you because of the uncertainty of it all, You didn't know what was happening. You could wear a mask, you could wear a double mask. I was sometimes wearing a double mask, but you didn't know what was going on. So the smartest thing to do was to probably stay indoors. And uh, while it was difficult, because initially, because I've been pretty much used to traveling practically every 8 or 10 days, if not shorter duration, and so therefore it was a bit tough. But once I got used to staying at home, spending that much more time with the family, I just realized what I was missing. That I was missing family life. I was, in I love getting involved with cricket on the commentary side, because it keeps me in touch with the modern game. It allows me to see the way the game is evolving. It allows me to interact with the current players, the current greats, to see what makes them tick, to see what how they react to pressure, how they react to success, how they react to failure, and it's an education. It's an education, because life is all about education. So it's not necessary that you have to only learn from your elders. You also learn from those who are younger than you. So I mean, I love this commentary thing because of the fact that it keeps me in touch with the game. It also has given me a profile after my retirement, which a lot of my teammates who played with me don't have. So I did actually miss those 5 months, 6 months when I was confined to my home. But that was initially. Later on, to be able to spend time at home, to be able to spend time with the family was fantastic. But I did that, and I enjoyed it thoroughly.
That's good to know that. And then I think I'm sure you kept up with your eating habits, proper eating habits, workouts, and all of that. So to get back to the normal routine.
Well, see, eating habits, I'm actually not a foodie, which is probably one of my biggest pluses, in the sense that people say to me, I haven't really put on weight. I do, obviously, with age, you do put on a little bit of flab here and there. But the fact that I'm not a foodie, I'm such a small eater. I'm a poor eater, if one might call it that. Therefore, I'm not a good guest to invite at home, because then the lady of the house, if she's prepared a meal, if she has prepared a feast, and I just peck at the food, she might think that I haven't actually liked the food, but that's not the case. I just eat small. So I'm not a foodie. So eating habits were not so much of an issue. I did manage to uh, get on the OTT platform and watch a few serials, watch a few movies, which is something that you don't really get time to do when you're traveling for cricket, for commentary, because the whole day is spent in the commentary. Then you come back and then you sit with your commentary colleagues, for a meal, and then go back to sleep. So you don't really get much time to enjoy the OTT platform. But that 6 month, 5.5, 6 months staying at home did allow me to do that.
I'm glad you tried on some things which you had not, really tried before because of your busy life. But like you said, COVID did make all of us try new things, get a little change in our life, introspect, reflect on things. So absolutely. Now, one question that I really wanted to ask you was, as a celebrity, as you've seen a lot of success as a cricket legend. What would you like to tell people? How can some an advice on how people can cope with success?
Look, each individual and the circumstances of success and the surroundings and the trappings of success differ from individual to individual. So it's very difficult to generalize. But I believe that I was very fortunate to have, in having the family that I have and having the circle of friends that I had, because they were the ones who actually didn't give a damn about what I was doing on the field. Uh, for them, I was just Sunil, and whether I scored runs, whether I didn't score runs, it didn't matter to them. And so, if I played badly, they would tell me, "Oh, that was a terrible shot," or something like that. Or, that was not correct. Or if I wrote in a column that um, I write columns still regularly, and they would say, oh, "That's not. I don't agree with your column." They would probably support me in public with if they were to meet somebody else, but in front of me, they would say, "Oh no, that's not correct. What you've written is not right, or whatever it is." So I'm very fortunate to be having that kind of a family and that kind of a circle of friends who treat me just like I am. I mean, like they don't. Um, there's no deference or anything of that sort. If I might use the word deference, and that has probably helped considerably. Also, I think uh, when I was playing, I was very intense because for me, representing your country was an was an incredible honor. It was just a privilege that you were selected amongst the millions of people who play cricket, or the hundreds who played this game of cricket to represent your country. And so I was perhaps a little bit intense then. But over the years, I think what has happened, and I think it's a question of mellowing with age as well, perhaps. I think the lighter side has come to the fore a lot more, and a lot of people who saw me on the field, and a lot of people who now meet me, they just are amazed. They say, "Oh, we didn't expect this. We didn't. Your image is of such a serious, intense guy, but you're completely the opposite." So I think what has happened is that, particularly as far as commentary is concerned, I don't take myself seriously. I commentate seeing what is happening, and yes, there will be some strong opinions when you do that. But for me, doesn't matter if my opinion is agreed with or not. It's not that I feel that my opinion has to be taken seriously. No, nothing of the sort. I don't take it seriously at all. I mean, I'm serious about my profession. I'll do my homework before I go to the day's work. Luckily we have our statisticians and production guys who give us all the details before we go to the match as to the milestones ahead for today's game, on the next day's game, etc., etc. So you are a bit prepared as to your homework as to what's likely to happen, what has happened at that venue over the last few matches, what is the weather like, all these factors, wind factor, boundary distances, that kind of homework you do, definitely. But at the end of the day, I don't think, when I'm saying something, it's more like it's more like I'm sitting with a friend and watching a game of cricket. But the only difference is that while watching the game of cricket, I have a mic in my hand. I mean, it would be otherwise, if you would be in the stands and watch the game of cricket, and then you would be talking about, what happened. But accepting, I mean, of course, the language there would be different. But on commentary, it's a different language because you'll talk more of a cricketing language.
Right. And then plus a lot of people are listening to you. So you have to say.
just to be a little bit careful with words, yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. In cricket, do you see a big culture change from the times that you've been involved in cricket?
Yes, huge change. It's a huge change because with cricket being covered on television and now on the OTT platforms as well, it's a sport, but it's also become entertainment now. Right. While earlier on, because it was mainly it was entertainment, but not the extent of, not the kind of entertainment that is envisaged today. So yes, there has been a change in attitude, approach of the players, of the officialdom in looking at matches. So that has been the change, definitely. On the playing front, different shots that have come through. The game has seen a completely new dimension as far as cricketing. The batting shots are concerned. The scoop shot, the reverse sweep, the switch hit, the ramp shot, the lofted over extra cover drive sixes. These are shots that you very seldom saw when we played the game. So these shots have actually added to the attraction and to the entertainment factor. With the bowling as well, you've got now the slow bouncer, you've got the back of the hand delivery, you've got the knuckle ball, you've got the slower delivery, all kinds of different deliveries, which again have added, a great deal as far as the watching factor is concerned, the entertainment factor is concerned. So the game certainly has developed hugely, and it's become entertainment. And I think I love watching the modern game for the simple reason that there's so much of athleticism that you get to see. I mean, today look at the fitness levels of the players, the agility, the way they chase the balls, the way they slide and stop, the way they relay throw, the way they catch balls, they take catches on the boundary, and then they go toss the ball up in the air, go across to the boundary, over the boundary, and then come back onto the field of play and complete the catch. I mean, these are things that just have added
Right.
great value, great entertainment value to the game, and that's why the modern game is such an enjoyable experience.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. And now coming back to our event, which is next Sunday, June 26th, at India House, Houston. Now, as a philanthropist and founder of Heart to Heart Foundation, it is you have so much passion for take helping people. Similarly, in Houston, India House is known for the same passion. They offer a lot of free services and like charity clinic, food distribution, yoga, and many more free classes to underprivileged communities, seniors, and children. And in this event, also, all proceeds are going to be given to Heart Foundation. So, will we see more collaboration between Heart Foundation and India House Houston in future?
Definitely, yes. I think what the India House, as you told me, are doing is amazing. That is truly tremendous. And congratulations to everybody at the India House for the way they're doing this. And more strength to you and more power to you to do as much good as you can. And yes, look, I've been a cricketer, so I've been in a team sport. So when you're in a team sport, you're looking at partnerships. As a batting unit, you're looking at partnerships. As a bowling unit, you want partnerships, because if you're a bowler, you want the bowler at the other end not to be leaking runs. You want him to also bowl tight, even if he's not getting wickets. So it's all about partnerships. And certainly, I think if there is a way forward with partnerships with the India House, definitely Heart to Heart Foundation would be only too happy to be able to do that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And India House is, so happy that this event is happening at India House with collaboration with them. And they are proud actually to be able to host this event and really waiting to welcome you here in Houston. Now, before we let you go today, is there a message for the Houstonians before we see you in person next week here?
Yes, I want to say to all the Houstonians that I've heard so much about your philanthropy. I've heard so much about how you want to help fellow human beings, and I just want, therefore, to be able to to meet up with you, shake your hands, make you aware of what we are doing with the Heart to Heart Foundation, and hopefully you will join us in trying to save as many children's lives as possible. By the way, if I may just add that the Sai Sanjeevani hospitals, while obviously being in India caters to Indian children, we've also had children. We also have children from countries, other countries for treatment. There have been children from Afghanistan. There have been children from Sri Lanka, from some parts of Africa. So we've had. It's not So I mean, I'm sure if America has, of course, got probably some of the most modern hospitals and technology. So probably children might not be coming to India. But the point that I'm trying to make is that, Sai Sanjeevani hospitals have been treating children from all over the world. They've also opened up a hospital in Fiji recently. So we are trying to open as many hospitals as possible. And every single hospital, every single patient is treated totally free of cost.
Wow, that's amazing. Commendable work. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. And thank you for me personally, this was such a uplifting, thing to hear all of this. So motivates me a lot to do so much more in life. Thank you so much, sir, for talking to me. And I can't wait to meet you in person next week here on June 26th on Sunday at India House, Houston.
Look forward to that as well. Take care till then. Stay safe and healthy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.